Okay, what's up, everybody? In this video, we're going to be refining our strategy, which is going to be 50K per month with 0 employees. And we've just worked through some of the things that we need to do, such as creating campaigns quickly with the analytics. We've got the analytics dashboard over here that helps us track how we're performing with all of our clients. If we were to go back over here, we would be able to see the positive replies by the date. We'll actually pop back up later on. But we can also see the campaign analytics over here. We can see the smart lead campaigns as well to see our lead list building, what we need to do lead lists building for. We can see the domain tasks. We can see the communication tasks, and we've got playbooks and all of these different things, right? We're tracking the email sent, etc. Right? So with all of this information, and all of this analytics and tracking, we're basically going to be refining our strategies to give ourselves the best shot at hitting this goal. And so, boom, analytics, basic structure, boom, we've got that. So creating 12 new campaigns is good. Something that I was just thinking about is the fact that I might want to refine my campaign strategy to get less overall campaigns, but better quality campaigns. And this comes from just speaking with people and hearing about how they do things internally. And so go to market strategy template. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this right here. And so when I duplicate this, um, we're going to wait, is this? Yeah, we can work on it. We're going to be switching up how this looks. So it's actually okay. There you go. So as you can see, we've got lead batch 1, lead batch 3, lead batch, sorry, lead batch 1, lead batch 2, lead batch 3. I think we're going to be switching it to just 2 batches, right? So we switch, because when speaking with other agency owners, I've realized that they don't run this many different campaigns, right? They run a lot of they run campaigns, and they run a lot of different campaigns, but they don't tend to run like as many as I'm doing like this. And they don't do it like this. So the way I'm thinking of doing it is the same volume, but just wait. We'd actually be deleting this. Yeah, so we actually delete this. So instead of, yeah, so we actually want to delete this. Yeah, let's delete this. How do you delete? Oh, you just click backspace. That's hilarious. So boom, backspace. And now we want to come here, and then we want to move these here, right? And then we want to copy these ones over here. So it's actually, I don't even know what I just did there. We want to move this here. We want to move this here, and then we want to delete this. And then we want to move this here, and then have this be longer. So one campaign with 3 steps essentially. So it's the same volume, but it's just going to be like less about building a bunch of different campaigns and more about building less campaigns that are higher quality, because people have seen them succeed with literally just 1 or 2 campaigns. So we're going to do it like this now. Step 2 and then step 3. And then boom. Yeah, I think this is going to be better. And then this, we want to get these all the way up here. we want to get these here as well. So just like that. And then yeah, I think the way it's colored is fine. And so boom, step 1, step 2, step 3, campaign 1, campaign 2. Yeah, I think this is going to be better than the way we had it previously. And then we're going to want to delete all of this, right? So let's delete all of this because it's literally just the same type of thing. And then we're just going to copy all of that together. So delete. So instead of picking 3 industries, honestly, we still can pick 3 industries. Is there even a point of doing lead batch 1, lead batch 2? Maybe not. Maybe we just go straight into the campaigns, and those different campaigns have different lead batches. Yeah, maybe we just remove the lead batch thing entirely, right? And then at this point, we just get these here. And then we copy that. And then we plop that here as well. So just like that, we've got the campaign strategy created. And so basically, when I onboard a new client, it's the same amount of work, right? The volume is the same. It's just it's going to be split into 4 campaigns instead of 6 campaigns, so that we have higher quality with each individual campaign, right? And so boom. So let's go ahead and have a line, a connector that goes from here to here. Let's do that again. A line that goes here. All right, let's do it in like this. And then let's also make this one like this as well. And then this is also going to go here. Then boom. This is also going to go here. So just like that. Whoa. Hold on a second. This is the new strategy that we're going to go for. Let me go ahead and just move this 1 second. We're going to remove this. Now we're just going to make this centered. Yeah. So this is good. Okay, boom. So this is our new go-to-market strategy. We're going to move this here. And then boom, there we go. So 4 campaigns, each with 3 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 1, step 2, step 3. Right? Each with 3 steps. And those 3 steps are going to be our different emails. Therefore, the playbooks, we're actually going to do a 3rd step, right? So we're going to duplicate this, and then this is going to be email 3 playbook, right? And in fact, I think we're actually going to be switching this up completely, the way that the playbooks are created, so that it's like as simple as possible. Yeah, we're going to actually work on this playbooks thing within this live stream, because it needs some refinement, and I do not want to create this many instructions, right? So the email 3 playbook example is going to go here. And so we've got all these playbooks that we've gotten from online. We get the examples, simply paste them in here. And then moving forward, we can easily replicate these playbooks across all of our clients like very easily, right? We just feed this to ChatGPT. It creates the emails automatically for us. And so this is what's going to allow us to create this many campaigns like insanely fast, right? So we can actually create like, however, this is 24 emails, right? We can create 24 emails in like 5-10 minutes. And so this is the idea, right? And we've already done this, right? We've already shown how it works. It just needs some refinement with AI and ChatGPT, right? So boom, that's the first section. We're gonna need to come back to this and then reply templates. And so now I think we've got a good structure that we can start to think about some subsequence, right? So I think over here I had put a new a new column which was called playbook type. And inside the playbook type, we've got a subsequence, right? We've got subsequence playbook. And so inside the subsequences that I was telling you about, we can have this be email, this be an email, and the subsequence be like 1, 2, 3. So these are the 3 subsequences. And so when we're creating the subsequences from scratch, we would simply pop a subsequence here, subsequence there, and then have ChatGPT create that for us. And so this looks good. Subsequences do not have clay tables. That's also accurate. Okay. So boom, playbooks for agency. So reply. I'm going to have to put this in the loading. I'm going to say currently using RevReply. Currently using RevReply. Subsequence communication, onboarding meetings. Usually not very time consuming. Client comms setup. Is this done or not done? I think it's done, right? Yeah, I think this is actually done. So we've got the client comms done. So the client comms is done. We can check that off. We don't need to. We just need some emails, right? Like what are the emails that we're actually going to be sending and when are we sending them, right? And then on a new week, I like this. Create internal SOPs. What was this one about? On create new campaigns. Create internal SOPs. I think we could just delete this. I don't think this is something that we want to be doing on a weekly basis. I think it's more something that we're going to be doing on streams like this or whatever. And then campaign report. We already have the campaign report, so we can actually just check that off because we've got that set up and it works really well. Actually, it works amazingly well. So we're good on that. And then highlight positives, negatives. So yeah, we needed to create an analytics dashboard. So in order for us to have the habit that allows us to check the analytics, we're good. So now, actually on that point, I should actually make this my ClickUp thing. So whenever I go to ClickUp, the first thing I do, instead of going to the homepage, I go to the dashboard. So that's going to help us stay accountable to coming to this dashboard. So anytime I want to use ClickUp, go there. It's going to bring me to this dashboard. We can analyze all of these stats, see the sending trends and all of that other stuff, right? So this is going to help us stay accountable on that front. So I'm going to go ahead and check that off. I think we've got the analytics dashboard set up. And we've just set up a habit that allows us to constantly check this on a daily basis. And so we've got that as well. And then we've got that as well. And so creating new clay tables slash campaigns, I think I do have an automation for that as well. And the automation is probably is like weekly. Um, 1 second, let me log into my Make account. I think the automation is create weekly tasks, or sorry, create weekly campaigns. And so I think we do have that. And so if that is the case, we do have that. Then we should be good to go. So weekly, create new weekly tasks, creating campaigns. And so this creates a task, and that task is going to come in the campaign section over here, informing us to create it. Do my SOPs tell me to create a clay table? No. Well, if we're going to be the playbook requires us to have a table. And so assuming we already have the playbook, then we would already have the clay table that we can leverage. Therefore, we should be good. And so 8 to 16 new campaigns per week. I think we can set that up pretty easily. And so client comms, we've got that. We've got the habit. We've got the analytics dashboard. We've got the automations for tasks. And then the communication. The main one that we need to figure out is reply handling, right? And I did obviously talk about the different options that we can consider for reply handling, such as using custom templates and then using subsequences that are automated, using a reply handler, and then using the Smart Lead AI writer. And so we obviously did go over this. It's just a matter of determining what is the best approach. So this is still a work in progress, but the weekly tasks, those are good, and those are basically automated. And then creating domains, inboxes, infrastructure. We're currently using vendors. We need to figure out a way to set it up in-house. And that simply requires us to set up some automations because we already have a lot of the things automated, such as adding the DKIMs, DMARCs, open tracking to our GoDaddy account and all that other stuff. We've got a lot of the things automated, but it's not something that we're going to be able to do like 50 inboxes in 1 hour, which is the goal, right? 50 inboxes in 1 hour. If we're not able to do it within that time frame, there's no point. We might as well just hire a vendor. But I've just seen a lot of people complaining about vendors, deliverability issues, and so I think I need to have some options, and this is something we're going to work on. I will say this is probably a lower priority. So SOPs for managing deliverability, I have to figure that out. Backup domains, I will point this up. So backup domains is going to simply be a function of that. And then new tables, new automations. So create more clay templates for different use cases. Right. I did mention this, but how does this relate to the playbooks? Create more clay templates for different use cases. Well, wouldn't this just be a playbook? So this is playbooks. Need to update the table to fit new changes. So this is going to be in the playbook. So actually, this stream might simply morph into playbooks, right? Like modifying and refining our playbook system. Because I think looking at everything here, everything relies on the playbooks. Everything, right? Creating clay tables, creating clay tables, creating campaigns, creating subsequences, all of it relies on the playbooks and our ability to do that fast because we got to create 24 emails and that's a lot, but that's not it. We have to also create subsequences and templates. So I think it's just playbooks. Okay, So from a 0 to 100 percentage, like how close are we to actually having our agency automated? When looking at all of these goals and milestones that we had, it seems pretty close, right? I think like we've got the analytics, we've got the tasks, we've got the actually, you know what? Less than 500 not started. And this is telling me on a campaign by campaign basis. I might actually want to refine this to be on a client by client basis. Um, but this is more of a luxury. This is more of a luxury that is good. That's nice to have. But this is good, right? Less than 500 not started. We want to be able to track that. And then I also want to track the sending capacity. Something that would be cool to add would be the ability to forecast how many emails we're going to be able to send the day tomorrow, on Monday, the following Monday, the following Tuesday. And it is possible to forecast that. So that would be good. And so I think I have the to-do list for today's live stream. It's going to be the playbooks. It's also going to be a little bit of refinement of these analytics. Anyone that's live right now, feel free to leave a comment down below on what you would like to see so that I can go over that as well. So anybody that's live, leave a comment and I will go over anything that you want me to go over. So boom. Yeah, this seems really good. So reply handling, automated reply handling, will actually just write up a to-do list here, right? So left over is automated reply handling, minor adjustments to analytics, and then automated reply handling, minor adjustments, and then playbooks. So this is probably where I'm gonna spend the rest of my time. But once this is done, I feel like we're gonna be very, very close to getting this agency automated. So let's make the minor adjustments to the analytics first. I want to track how many leads are not started on a client by client basis. I got it. So how we're gonna do this is gonna be simple. We're gonna go in the main Afonto dashboard. So this is gonna be the clients. And then from here, we're simply gonna add a column which just says not started. That's it. So we just add that here. And then from here, wait a minute. If we were to do it like this, we say not started over here. This over here is telling me on a campaign by campaign basis. And then if I were to duplicate it, right? Same everything, but this time around, we go from the data source and we search by the client, right? And so we've also filtered out most clients, because whatever. And then the y-axis is just going to be the number, and the number is going to be not started. But this time around, we're looking at it from a client perspective. And then when we click save, all of these are going to be 0. All of these are going to be 0. And so what I would actually need to do is I would need to have this be like 10, right? Like if I were to put 10 and then we refresh this, Afonto is going to pop up with 10, right? Right. I mean, he should. Let me pull up another person and let's look at that. Afonto not started is less than 50. Smart lead client is drafted, active information. This is going to be good for us to keep in mind. Right, there you go. So now I could see like on a client by client basis, this is how many are not started. And honestly, we don't even need any of these other things. We can just hide these because they don't matter. We don't need to have these here. And so we can remove this. Status active, sure, we can keep the status, we can keep the client, um, and then not started. And then from that, we can see what makes up that not started number. It's these campaigns. So Afonto, not started, should be 0 because it's only information, but Blue Signal should have something over here, right? Is that the right approach? Yeah. That's totally the right approach. Yeah, that's totally the right approach. Okay, so this is it. We're gonna work on this. It's honestly very simple to do. We go to the make. Uh, let's just do it here. So it's in the campaigns. So campaign, and then over here we've got create, update, delete analytics for campaigns, and then this right here, we're basically going to be. We're going to be. 1 second. Just wanted some water. We're going to be adding a client thing. So this is the one that updates the client, right? This updates the campaign tasks. And then we say if not started, if, right. So this is good. So we basically need to add a router over here. And then this router is going to do a few things. Honestly, we can move it here so that it looks cleaner. And then this goes here. And then this router is going to be a numeric aggregator. So tools, and then this is going to be a numeric aggregator. And the source module, according to these, get average, it's looking at the iterator, right? And then it's looking at the iterator and then getting the bounce count from different places, right? Not started from 32. Where's 32? Oh, okay, so that doesn't matter. What should we be looking at then? This one is looking at, okay, so let me do it like this then. So this right here, we're going to look at the campaign, get analytics, randomize, HubSpot. The source module. This is going to be, why is my mind is blanking? Iterator 2 probably. Yeah, my mind is blanking. And then we do a sum count on it. Yeah, it shouldn't be there. It should just be get analytics, I think. And then the sum is going to be not started. Campaign lead stats, not started. So get all not count. And then we do the same thing that we did over here. So inside the master dashboard, we had added some of these over here. So we're only looking at the drafted and active campaigns. So if they're archived or they're stopped or they're completed, doesn't matter. We only just want the drafted and active campaigns. And so back to the automation over here. we need to make this status equal to case insensitive, drafted, or the status equal to case insensitive, active. So if it's active or drafted, then boom, we want to count it. And then once we count it, is this by the client? Yeah, this is get ClickUp. Yeah, this gets the analytics. This does not group it by the client. So we actually want to add this over here. So group by the client ID. Is that a thing you can add over here? Oh, turns out you can check the tags here. There you go. So group by the client ID. And then at this point, it's going to iterate through every single campaign analytics. We can actually see this in action. So disable route, disable route, disable route, disable route, disable route, disable route. And let's go ahead and save this. And then let's do this as a 1 second delay. And then let's click run. So when we do this, we're going to get the campaigns, get the analytics. The only concern that I have is, isn't it going to give me like tons and tons and tons of campaigns? And the next point is that it's actually giving me too many aggregators. So we actually don't even want to do it here. We want to do it at the very beginning, which is the iterator portion, right? So the first iterator is where we want to get the sum, right? But now the problem with this iterator is that it's got 77. So let's actually do 2 clients. So let's, and also this should be 7 days. Whew. Okay, so this is going to look at the campaigns and then stop there. So this is looking accurate. And so the next question is, once it's got all of this data, we basically need to send it to the specific client. And so do we already have the client anywhere? So this is listing campaign. This is getting the client. This gets the client so that we can create the campaign. So we're going to have to actually search for the client again. But it's going to depend on how this is actually filtered out. So we'll come back to this in a second. But this is going to help us track or not started across all clients easily. Basically, informing our lead list efforts. Well, one of the things that I'm thinking about, probably at the bottom of the page, I want to be able to see like all the smart lead campaigns just at a glance. Yeah, we could see them here, like these are paused, but I want to be able to see them at a glance. And so we'll actually duplicate this at the bottom of the page. And then over here, we'll just see the client campaigns. So this is going to be the smart lead campaigns by the client. Yeah, and this is just going to help us visualize it, right? So if we were to get the clients, the campaigns, we've got the tasks, the smart lead statuses. We basically just want to remove these filters, right? So drafted, active, right? And then we want to remove this as well. Smart lead status is done or closed. Actually, we don't even want information, so we just want closed. And we also want to say smart lead status. That is weird. So it's the status, we still have information status, but why? Why do we have this information status? And then why do we also have this here? We'll have to actually just work on that in a second. We'll actually just have to work on it in a second. So let's do TBEBIC, just this. So these two, because they're both relatively different, right? And so this is going to allow us to see all the campaigns, right? So if we just want to get a glance at like, all right, so this person has 3 campaigns that are paused, and then over here we want to see some of the data. So that we want to see some of the data. Wait, do we even need this? Like what benefit do we get from looking at this? Oh, like this person's got this many campaigns. Some of these are in drafted, some of these are in whatever. Like what actual benefit do we get from this? I mean, honestly, we might actually the benefit we might get is smart lead status is active, right? Is active. That's all that matters. So it's like we just want to be able to see like, okay, so Afonto's got no active campaigns. We should do something about that. Instead of, right? We want to be able to see like, so it's like active campaigns by the client. Campaigns by the client. And on that point, I should create a two-way, a one-way sync where anytime the smart lead campaigns switch, we keep track of that. And that's not hard to do. So I'll actually add that into the to-do list over here. So that tracks the campaign status. Right? And so let's go back to this automation right here. And so let's look at what we've got. So we filtered out by 3 clients. We want to see 3 clients. And this is the ID for one, this is the ID for another, and then this is the ID for another, which is empty. And so this is outputted in a collection, right? This is outputted in a collection. So the question is, how can we leverage this data? Because if I were to do ClickUp, doesn't matter what I put, I just want to see. The data looks like this. Well, maybe it goes through with one person. And honestly, it would actually be filtered tasks. So let's do custom field. So custom field. List all accessible custom fields. And the list that we're going to be using is going to be this list over here. And we're good. So let's go ahead and list all custom fields. And then at this point, we're looking for the client. So client. So boom, renewal date, clay folder, email, client ID, right? So we want the client ID. And at this point, when we find the client ID, so the custom field, we want the custom field to equal this key right here, right? Right. So that's accurate. And so if the custom field equals this key, we want to then and honestly, we want to do the list ID as well, right? So we want to get this list ID right here. The status doesn't matter. So if the thing equals this key, we fetch the client ID. So let's go ahead and get 7048. Client ID. That is weird. It should be showing up. So if I were to do client ID, all right, it should be showing up. So over here, the only reason it doesn't show up is, okay, so that's not it. Oh, we have to do include closed. There you go. So include closed, run once, 7048, boom, let's go. And now we've got one client. And so now we basically just want to edit this. So edit. So click up, edit task with custom fields. And then we want to rename this to be get client. And then it's going to be in the Afonto space inside the client list, right? So clients. Task ID is going to be this right here. And then what are we looking at here? Oh, we're looking at the not started. We simply just, the only thing we want to change here is not started. And so the not started is going to be this result over here. And that's it. That's all we need to change. So let's go ahead and save this. And then let's run it. And let's see if this actually works. And running, we're going to keep working on the other stuff over here. So this is minor adjustments to analytics. That's what we're working on right now. One-way sync to automatically update the categories. I don't know. I don't know if that's a priority. I don't know if that's a priority. But it is very easy to do. So we might be able to just do it. Yeah, you see the main thing though with doing this is that we would actually have to the main thing with doing this, we would actually have to change our onboarding flow to include this as well, which I guess is not a huge deal. So boom, let's do that right now. So the webhook, we're gonna call it Afonto Fonto sync campaign categories with ClickUp, right? And then we need to create a brand new automation. We'll just start it over here. And then this is going to be categories, right? So yeah. We're basically creating a brand new automation over here. And before I do that, I just want to see something. Do I already have anything of this nature? It's like category. Like I have sync lead categorization. So this is lead categorization. Automatically categorize leads within Smart Lead. HubSpot two-way sync, positive replies. I don't have anything for campaign categories. Yeah, I don't have that. So we need to start with a webhook, custom webhook. We're gonna add this, and yeah, we got this over here. Sync Afonto. So this is going to be Smart Lead. ClickUp. Sync campaign categories in ClickUp. With ClickUp. No, we can put Smart Lead. Smart Lead. So boom, let's do that. And then this is going to be the URL that we plop inside this section over here. And then it's going to be by the client. 1 second. And then at this point, we're going to have the event type be campaign status changed, right? And then let's go ahead and send a test webhook. We'll have to come back to that. And then we have to do it again so that we get the actual data. So boom. And then this is telling me that the campaign status, this is the current status, previous status, current status. Okay, so this is good. And we have the campaign ID as well. So all we need to do is do a list filtered. So we go to ClickUp, list filtered tasks. And then, yeah, it's already connected. And then we would need to search for the campaigns. So campaigns. And then inside the campaigns, we would need to put the list ID. And yeah, honestly, it should just be active. But we're searching by the ID, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna save this, and then we're gonna look at this scenario, and then come back here. So boom, this got these IDs over here, and then boom, we got the correct stuff. We got the correct clients, and then this one came. So these ones worked, and then this one didn't. Okay, so that's easy. So that's easy. We need to add another router, and then we need to clone this. Well, if because what I was thinking is putting the not started that are in no clients. Yeah, no, we're just gonna not do that. This is working fine. We basically just need to ensure that key exists. And we should actually just do it here. So result No. We need to make sure that key exists, because otherwise, what the hell is the point? And then at this point, we also need to, so key exists, get client. This one is going to be count all not started, get client, update client, and click up. We should do the same thing that we did here, right? Where we are basically checking for whether it exists, whether it doesn't exist, and when it doesn't exist, we just we plop the result in. So not started, and then boom, and then we copy the result, and then over here we simply paste the result, and then boom, we're done. So I think this should work. Let me double check over here. So let's go ahead and hide these columns. Let's hide all of these columns, and then we'll bring in a client. Actually, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We could just go to the analytics over here, refresh. No, that's the wrong one. The one we were working on was this one over here. We could refresh, and then boom. So that's fine. Well, is it fine? Not started less than 500. Let's put 500. Actually, we just want all of them. We just want to see, like, we just want to see. Status or status is select all, confirm, apply. And so this is what we're looking for. So blue signals got 157. And so that's accurate. So this is good. So this is leads not started. So when you group it by, you don't need to group it by the smart lead status. You also don't need to group it by, I don't think I have any fancy drop downs inside this section over here. Do I? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think I have any fancy drop downs in this section over here. So you would just group by none. Or you can group it by the status, doesn't really matter. But group by none. So I think this is fine. Like we're able to see. We're gonna remove these guys. And so this is gonna help us know like what we need to do. So we want to see a gigantic number over here. Okay, so this works. So we can go ahead and call this done or something. Did this not filter through? Or did I just not run it? I don't think I ran it. That's weird. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. And then let's see what happens. I thought I ran it, but it does not seem like that's the case. Okay, so list filtered tasks, back to this one over here. We're going to get the campaign. So this is going to be webhook. So this is going to be Smart lead campaign category changed. And then this is going to be get campaign inside ClickUp. Oh, there's two of them. That's hilarious. So this is going to get the campaign. We also need to list all custom fields. So this is going to be custom field, list all accessible custom fields. And then we need to find the campaign over here. Boom, 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 boom. And then the custom field we're looking for is which one? The custom field we're looking for is the campaign ID. So not here, not here, not here. Employees, not that is either. Not that either. It's just the campaign ID is what we're looking for. So boom, we've got that there. So campaign ID. So we need to list the campaign ID that matches this. Campaign ID equals this right here. And then boom. So we can go ahead and delete this. Once we found this, we simply need to edit the custom fields. So task with custom fields. So edit the task. And then we simply need to find that task so that we can update it with the correct campaign. And this is still going on. And so the task is going to be found in this section over here. This is campaigns. And then the task ID is going to be this one right here. And on that point, we want to remove, we want a total bundle of numbers is greater than 0, right? So if it's greater than 0, we want to look at this. And then from here, we want to update the campaign. So let's see. We want to update the campaign ID. Campaign ID? No, we want to update the smart lead. Oh, that's a big one, man, because it's just, we want to update the smart lead status, but the problem with smart lead status is it's a number. Hold on a minute. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So we've got the actual IDs. So you can actually do that. How are we currently doing it inside our system? So boom, this worked. This is accurate. We could save that. Let's analyze how we're currently doing it. So we're updating the campaign tasks, but how are we updating the smart lead status? Or did we just forget to do this completely? Yeah, I don't think this works. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think this works. Let's try it. Smart lead status. Let's do 1. Let's pull up a random campaign over here. So let's go to active. Let's go to the analytics section over here. Let's grab this. Actually, it would be this right here. So let's grab this over here. And then with this, we're going to want to change it to a different category. So boom, let's do that. So run this module only, and I just want to put the task ID. I don't think this is going to work. Or is it? I don't think it does. Let's try something else. Let's actually see this. So the custom field smart lead status is 1. I put 1. What is it actually in here? So analytics. Well, 1 would actually be paused. So even if it did work, then it would actually be that. So that was doomed to fail. Let's do 3. And then let's do this again. If it does work, then cool. We're just going to go with this. Oh, seems to have worked. It did work. So this works. Therefore, the formula that we have over here is fine. So we're just going to do this. One thing I do not love is the way that we've got this. If status, I mean, it is always been like that, but let's actually just let's play it safe, right? So let's make sure that we've got this is upper. This is upper. Like, yeah, because if they were to change it in the future to being like lowercase or something like that, I don't want to have to come back and change it. The only time that it would actually screw us is if they were to switch the entire system completely. But this at least protects us a little bit. So boom, that works. And I'm pretty sure all of these are also set up like this. So all of these also work, right? So the smart lead status, let's just update all of these to ensure that they're also accurate. Smart lead status, create task, edit task, create campaign. And then this one over here, let's also update the status. Smart lead status. And then this is the campaign as well. Let's go ahead and update that as well. So boom, we've got that accurate. And then over here, we don't need to do anything there. So boom, we're good there. So this all works. So enable route, we can re-enable everything because they are working now. So enable route, save, and then back out of here. Let's get out of here. Now I think this is good. So boom, all of these are enabled. All right. So this is good. This should update our smart lead statuses appropriately. And then over here, we can simply paste that over here. So whenever the category changes, we do this as well. And the status is going to be campaign status, right? So this is going to update the actual status. So campaign status. There should be no reason why we I'm gonna allow errors. So if something was to come up and give me an if a category was to be changed and we look for the campaign, well, anyways, we've already excluded that, so it's not even gonna work. So anyways, so this is going to be update campaign status. Status? Is that how you spell status? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is how you spell status, but my mind is blanking right now. Yeah, that's how you spell status. Okay, cool. So we've got all of this stuff done. Now all we need to do, is try something else. So we need to save the webhook. So let's go ahead and add this webhook. It comes over here. But let's also consider the fact that we don't want to constantly be creating webhooks for every single client. Right? Let's consider that fact. So what that means is that we were to do this, and then user event type, lead category updated. No, not lead category. It's going to be the campaign category. So campaign status is changed. And then we add this. And then the Afonto one, which is this one. Let's go ahead and remove the J so that it doesn't work. And then let's go into the actual email campaigns over here. So if I were to remove this client, so add update client, we remove the client. And then we resume the campaign. What does this actually do? This is going to trigger a webhook, right? Webhook run. So this is going to trigger a webhook for campaign status changed with no client ID, right? So this is accurate. Sorry, let's do this again. Run this module only. And then we do this again. But this time we pause the campaign. So when we pause the campaign, it should trigger this automation once again. Amazing. Now, this is the moment of truth, because this is clearly working. But what if I were to resume this campaign over here? Does this work? No, it does not seem to work. That's one thing that I would actually love for Smartly to do. It's the ability to have one webhook that does everything, right? So you don't constantly have to create webhooks for clients, right? So that didn't work. Let's try again. So I've added the client, right? We can put this on pause. I've added this client. We resume the campaign. And yeah, none of these seem to work. So they only seem to work when you actually remove the client. Therefore, is this the one we just created? That's user based? What did I remove previously? I thought I removed something. Anyways. So does it work now? So let's go ahead and pause this campaign. And so when we pause this campaign, this works. All right, whatever. So I basically just have to create this across all clients. So what that means is that during the onboarding process, we want to add this over here. So we can back out of this, go to onboarding. Add a module, delete, and clone this. It's going to be webhook 4. Right? And we're going to paste the webhook in this section over here. Okay. We actually have to do something else. This is what we're going to do. We have to go into the webhook section. Right? 1 second. Okay. So we need to go into the webhook section over here, and then we need to paste the webhook that we were just talking about. We need to paste that here. We need to choose the client, which is me. And then we need to inspect element. Go to the network section. And the event type is going to be category. What is that? Campaign status changed. Right. And then we add that. And then we're going to get this GraphQL. Actually, we already have that. We simply just need to copy this. And we need to paste that here. Right? And then the name is going to come from down here, which is going to be the company. And then the ID is going to come from over here. Okay, let's just copy this whole thing. Right? So that's what this is. Add header. I just want the client ID, man. So we're going to delete this. Something is weird. Wait, nothing is weird. So inside this section over here, we simply just want to paste the ID. So boom, there we go. Now, whenever we onboard a new client, we get the IDs. Ah, shoot. So might as well just add it. So you know, right? We're just gonna add it for the clients we've got at the moment. Status changed. And then boom, we're good. What are these? So I wonder what these are. Honestly, I'm just gonna delete them because if they're not relevant, then they don't matter. Like if I don't recall what they do, then they likely do not matter. Email marked as too complex. And sample webhook. And this, I don't even think we need this anymore. So one, let's actually remove the lead category. Too complex. We don't use that anymore. And then let's remove the let's archive that too complex automation. So this one's good. We can go ahead and save this. But then we have this other automation which is called too complex. Complex, maybe. I don't have it called too complex. What do I have it called as then? Oh, it's the reply to it's the sent notification to Slack. Well, I'm just gonna delete it then, because I don't think we need that. So let's go to the webhook. Let's search for every single occurrence of too complex, and then let's just delete that. So just complex. In fact, let's delete it from the onboarding as well. So onboarding, because we don't actually need that anymore. Okay. So we're gonna delete this module. And then we're gonna call this webhook 3. And then we're gonna just bring these closer. Yeah, that's just one of the things that we have phased out. And so we're just getting the system refined now. So boom, we're good there. We can save this scenario and then we can X out of this. We go back to the webhooks page. Every occurrence of too complex, we just delete it. We don't need that. Did I just delete 2 different webhooks? Ah, shoot. I probably did. Well, I couldn't have. Okay, so let's see here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Email reply. 1, 2, 3. And then, okay, so let's actually just add these. So Fonto, add lead, one category, notify in Slack. Okay. And then sync lead categories, right? And then yeah. Okay, never mind then. So let's do blue. All right, so blue, we've got lead category, campaign status. So we should actually just. Oh, and by the way, Team Epic, we already have that one. Okay, so this is just giving me a headache. Why is this not sorted? That's the problem. Um okay, so one. Anyways, I'm gonna just count it here like this: 5, 7, 3, and then Matt. We've got 3, and then no, we've got 3. So add, notify, and sync. Whatever. I think this is fine. And so our onboarding doc also reflects this. So boom, we've got the onboarding done. And we've also got this done as well. So link campaign categories within ClickUp. Boom. And then let's go ahead and save this. And then this is good. Now the what is the folder? What is uncategorized? I've got a bunch of these that are uncategorized. Send test email. So this needs to actually go inside here. And then MailForge, create new SMTP. That can go here. Or it can go in the archive section, to be honest. Yeah, it could also probably go in the archive section because I don't think I'm going to need that. Okay, so add new campaign analytics to the campaign trends table. Ooh, this is good, but is it done though? We were working on this yesterday. It was inside the sheets. So campaign trends table. We were working on this yesterday and it gave us some data. I never got a chance to double check whether this data was accurate because obviously it does not seem to be accurate. And I also think that either the mistake of why the data is not accurate is because of the way that we had the filter set up, because we want to see the scent count and we want to see that on a trend line that shows us the scent count across all of our clients, right? And so we're going to need to refine that automation right there. And so we can actually add that here. So this is done. We don't need to do this. Refine the campaign analytics. The campaign scent count automation. Right? So we got to refine that. We're going to remove this. We've got the webhooks done. Okay. So let's see here. So automated reply handling, minor adjustments to the analytics. Okay, so we did fix the analytics tracking, which is this. And then we also added this bottom section over here, which checks the active clients by the client. Sorry, active campaigns by the client to let us know which campaigns need our attention. And then email sent. This is long. All right, so let's actually work on this briefly. So one, we can make this a little bit shorter, right? And then we can go back to, so why is there two of them? So if we were to do trend, do we have three? I'm confused. Why would we have three? Come in. Definitely. Um, so cool. I mean, nobody's in the stream right now, so I could take a break if I need to, guys. My brother had just come in here telling me about a funny situation that happened. Um, but yeah, so we were working on these analytics here. I think this one was, which one was the get old? Right, it's the one that starts with did I never save it? Oh no. Don't tell me I didn't save it. Did I not? I did not save it, which is super lame, by the way. So we're gonna have to redo this again, I guess. Oh, super lame. So get add old. And also like I never figured out how to actually like streamline that. By the way, the analytics format date and date by 7. Did we ever get this set up properly? Okay, so they're both the same. So add module, delete. We're going to clone this right here and then plop it in here. And then we're going to add a tool, which is going to be the increment function. and then boom. And so this is going to be old. We're going to save this. And so the increment function is going to come in to play over here, where we basically need to add the days. So increment function format date now, and then the now is going to be, we're going the add days. So it's -7 plus, we need to add a plus sign over here. So this is going to be plus, and then it's going to be plus the increment function, right? Which is going to be this. And then we also need that over here. So this needs to be the increment function that we're checking for. So format date set hour now +1. So we need to add the days over here. So add days now, and then you just do the increment function. So -7, and then this is going to be the plus sign, increment function. And so this is going to give us the date, right? Like, let's actually just search it. Increment function is 0. This is going to give us 7 days ago, which would be Saturday, June 1st. Perfect. And over here, we basically need to copy this and paste it over there. So yeah, because I'm not like super familiar with how to actually like set up increment functions and things, we'll just have to do this. And also, why would this even be a daily thing? I'm gonna make this called manual. This is manual. And then the scheduling is about to be on. But before we do that, let's run it once. Let's see if it updates these over here. So it should be Saturday, June 1st. It should basically update that. Right. So manual, it's checking all of the analytics and then updating every single column based on the client that we've got, right? So it's updating all of that. And so boom, it's 0. And now Sunday, here's what I'm hoping, right? When it updates Sunday, I'm hoping that Sunday is going to be turned into 0. So how it should actually look when we are formatting the date, which is now, and then -7, we actually want to do another date function over here. And this date function is going to be set hour and add days. And then the hour is going to be 1 a.m. So this is 1 a.m. And then the end date, we want to do the same thing. So we want to set the hour. And then the hour is going to be 1 a.m. So if we can set the hour and have that be 1 a.m., then Sunday should be 0. Is that right? Sunday, today is Saturday. It would actually be checking for, so let's actually do it twice. So let's run it once and then let's run it twice. What I'm thinking is that when it updates it, it's going to actually be updating it to being 000. It actually updated the wrong thing, it looks like. Huh. Let's go back to this. It tells us that it updated 3 sheets, but June 5th, Wednesday, June 5th. Wednesday, June 5th. Well, that's weird. Let's actually then maybe we need to set the hour because the increment function is currently just oh, whoa. It went up. It's 4 right now. How the hell did it get to 4? After one scenario run. It it got all the way up to 4. So we need to reset it. I just want to save this, man. Come on. 4 stop this. All right. And again, the main thing we're just trying to do is make sure that the data is popping up accurately. In fact, I should actually check like is it even accurate? So when I go to the global analytics and I search by the client and then I just check the last 7 days, 159, that is accurate. This is accurate, 159, and this was on June 6th, so that's accurate. But then June 5th gave us 300. This gave us that. So the numbers are actually kind of inconsistent. Like, and it's because of the way that we actually set it up. And this does not seem to work. So let's refresh the page. So it looks like it did run 4 times. So run this module only after 1. So boom, it's 1. And then the set hour, I'm going to grab that. We're going to do that again, but this time around we're going to set the hour inside the actual thing. So set hour, format date. Format date now, but before I do that, let's set the hour. What difference does that make? If we set the hour, because what this is looking at, actually it does not make any difference because the Smart Lead API, checks just for the date. So it doesn't actually make a difference whether it's at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or whatever, because the Smart Lead API is not checking for that. The Smart Lead API is just checking for the date. Therefore, the actual problem isn't the fact that we're doing add days minus 7. It's the fact that we're not doing the minus 6 over here. And then we're adding that. So we need to actually add that over here. So minus 6 plus the increment function. And that needs to be here. There you go. And then over here, does this even have an end date? It does not. So now it should actually work. That was the main problem, right? It was checking, but it was giving us the analytics from 7 days ago to today. And now it should be checking for Sunday, or at least like the 1, and then updating that. So it says 211 and then 343. And so when I go into the global analytics and I check all the way on June, let's check the June stats. I mean, I can even pull them up for you guys to see. How do you get these? It's these ones over here. Yeah, so this is what we're trying to optimize for. So if we were to look at 31st to June 8th, let's see how this aligns with the analytics that we're getting in the doc. So this is 343 on the 3rd of June. So this is actually accurate. It's actually accurate, but it seems like the way that Smartlead is looking at this. What if I just did the date like 7 instead of doing like -6? I just did like 7, just 7, right? And then we were to run this once, and then let's go ahead and oh, actually, it's cool. Like it's gonna go back to the same one. So I did 7 over here. Therefore, assuming it works, what this means is it should actually turn this into 0 and then this into 0. Which is accurate. Okay. So let's do that again. So never. And then let's go ahead and run this once. Run this once. And now we should be looking at, well, I did just change June. I want to go to Monday. So actually, we're going to reset this again. So let's reset this to being after one cycle. And then let's go ahead and do never. Run this once. And now we're at 1. And then when we run this time around, we're going to get the Monday analytics, which is going to be 2 days. And so on Monday, it should update this right here. So 211 and then 343. Okay, so this is accurate. This is accurate. This is accurate. And so let's go ahead and save this. And then let's actually look at the other one over here, which is the new. Is this accurate? Looks like maybe I didn't actually save it. Well, this is actually running, so it should be -1. And then this should be -1. Right? So if I were to do this, gets the header stored, gets all of that. And then over here, it would actually have to be add days, right? And then in the add days, we would have to add -1. So -1. -1. So add days, set hour, format date, add days, -1. And then over here, we want to do the same thing. So the date, we just want to do that. And so it's currently Saturday. So we actually want to update the Friday stats, which would be yesterday. So this is looking at all of that stuff. Do we have any weird filters going on? Oh yeah, we're only looking at 3 clients. Oh, well, it's changing June 4th, which is not accurate. So back to the new. Wait, what just happened? Oh, we just ran the old. Is that what we changed? No, we changed the new, but we didn't run the new. So this is already changed. That's weird. Okay, so run this. This is what we meant to change. I don't know why it's being weird. But this should be changing the Friday stats. Let's put some random numbers over here so that it's like it's gonna actually change and we're gonna see it come into effect. And so this is looking at June 4th. Wait, wrong date, wrong one. Saturday, June 8th is not a valid date. Really? It's not a valid date? Wasn't this working just fine before this? It was, right? And it says Saturday, June 8th. It's because we did the add days inside this. So we actually want to do it here. So add days, we want to do that here. So because it is Saturday, June 8th, we should be updating the analytics for yesterday. So add days -1. And by the way, my window is open and there's a lot of wind coming in. So I'm gonna have to go close that in a second. Um, but add days, we want to plop that in here. Then we want to make this -1, right? And so boom, we're good now. And so this is gonna give us Friday, June 7th, and then this should also give us Friday analytics. Therefore, let's save it, let's run it, and then I'll go close my window and I'll be right back. Okay, so it ran, and after it ran, it updated the stats. So boom, that looks good. And so how does this line up with the actual analytics inside here? So this is 56, also accurate. This is 56, which is also accurate. We save this. And so we can actually go ahead and remove these ones. Actually, we do want to have all of these, right? So 14. What was 14 days ago? So what was 14 days ago? So if I were to do this and make this 14 days ago, so minus 14. Increment function is 1. That is May 26th. Okay, but we've got 343, 56, 227, and inside the global analytics, that is also accurately reflected. Okay, so this is good. This works. I'm gonna 1 second. Yeah, it's a Saturday, and it seems like I don't know what you guys are able to hear, right? But some people are vacuuming. I'm gonna keep the stream going unless it gets too loud. If it does, I'm gonna have to end the stream. Um, but as always, like if you guys have any questions, anything comes up, just always reach out. I'm always happy to help. So less than 15, we're going to reset this over here. So reset the value so that it goes back to being 1. And then let's put it as never. And then at this point, we're going to let it rip. So let's back out of this, and then it should start running. What was the function that it used? So it used 1. Okay, so this is great. And so now it's going to add all of the analytics here, and it's going to be better accurately reflect. As you can see, we've got 343, 56, 227, 159. This is also the same than as what's here, right? So it just helps us stay on track with regards to our analytics. But the cool thing is that it shows it across all of our clients so that we can easily see our sending capacity and all of that stuff. And so we go to the master dashboard, refresh it. I should refresh the page as well. Let's see how this looks. This is looking great. So we've got our email sent. We can see the email sent. We can see the trend lines, all of that stuff. We can see the campaigns. So all of this is looking great. And by the way, I do have, yeah, I'm nervous. I have an application I use called Cold Turkey Blocker. And what this does is it blocks any distractions. And it's giving me a warning notification that I've got 2 minutes left. And I'm not sure where that's coming from, but I'm going to assume that it's coming from YouTube. And so this stream is going to be forced to end by that blocker. So I'm going to just end it right here. We're going to continue this, but it's going to be in the video format. So I'm going to create a 1 hour video here, and then I'm going to upload that as a normal video. So check that out. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a subscribe. And I wish you're having a wonderful day. Cheers.